Hello everybody, Augie here, and it's the big day. It is time to paint Project Purple Rain. I've done a little bit since you were with me last. I'm finding it hard to have time to set up the camera and get everything done when I have just little windows here and there to get stuff done, but I budgeted the whole day for this. It is Saturday. It is about 60 degrees outside. They're saying it might rain. It looks like it could, but all in all, it looks pretty good. Like 60 degrees out. I don't know if I said that or not. So pretty good temperature for painting. But let me show you where we're at. So since you last saw her, she was completely primed. So the process for that was, of course, taped off everything. That's my least favorite part of the whole project, taping everything off. We wet sanded it with, oh no, we didn't wet sand it, sorry. We sanded it with 320, almost all around. We started with, I think, 4 something to get some of the deeper scratches. Then we went 320 over the thing. Hit it up with I think 4 coats of primer. Went through about 8 cans of Rust-Oleum automotive primer on this thing, and then we did a little bit of light wet sanding with 400 grit and the scuff pad, and then I just wiped it all down with the oh man, stuff's blown on itself, with the tack cloth, and we are getting ready to shoot some paint. I've been nervous about this for a long time, so we shall see how this turns out. I am hoping it turns out halfway decent. We got our supplies over here. I got my respirator, I know, or my little mask. I know I need a bigger respirator, but with the corona crap going on right now, that is the best I could do. As for paint, we are using, it's the only color I could find that match what I wanted out of a can. It is VHT wheel paint. This should still work. I sprayed some test swatches. It's the color I want. It looks pretty good. I've got 11 cans of this stuff. I've got my trusty spray handle. You don't have to use those, but I think they help. And then when that is done, we have Spray Max 2K Clear. I've not personally used this, but everybody I've talked to said this is the best can 2-part clear coat that you can use. I've never had a good luck with regular out of the can clear coat, but this stuff's supposed to be on another level, so we've got that as well. Don't mind this stuff. That's for another project. I will be cutting and buffing this paint, but not yet. That's for a car I bought at auction not too long ago. Oh man, I'm nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but let's do it. All right, what I've come to realize is I had this flap here open so that I could record myself painting. I can't really put it anywhere in here because there's so many paint fumes, it's going to just destroy my phone. So I'm actually going to cut this off, and I'll just show you after every coat where we're at and how it looks and kind of how much paint we've used and things like that. First coat is down. I know it looks real terrible. First coat always looks terrible. One concern I have is that was almost just shy of 4 cans of paint. I have 10. I thought I had 11 or 12, but apparently I miscounted or lost some or something. But anyway, the first coat is down. I think if it comes out looking good, that color is awesome. I love the color. You won't really be able to tell until you see it in the light. But yeah, I might be making an emergency parts store run. The other problem that I'm having with this paint is these crappy spray nozzles on them keep sticking. I've had twice now where the spray nozzle has stuck and just continuously sprays, and that is a pain. But Yeah, I got through those 3, and I have, oh, maybe about that much left in that one. So not much. I broke my good sprayer thing. And then I still have one that's partially broken that it works okay. I won't use it over, if I'm holding over like the hood or something, the can drop off. So there is that. That is what I have left. I have them in a pot of hot water because paint sprays better when it's warm. Yeah, I guess let's go on to coat number 2. You know how some people will try to knock you down? They'll tell you you can't do something. They'll tell you it can't be done and you shouldn't do it. Well, I'm here to tell you, you should probably listen to them. So I haven't been able to record the whole process like I wanted to for lots of reasons. The main reason is I'm having to do everything in this enclosed shop here. Like you saw, it's the best I got. It's not ideal. And everything in there is getting fogged with paint. I don't want to destroy my phone. So I kind of cut it all out. It did not turn out as well as I was hoping. Now, granted, it isn't terrible, but it's not great. My problem is the tiger stripes. And I have a feeling it's going to become more pronounced when I get it out into the sun. Now, you can see it. I can see it through my phone, so I know you can see these tiger stripes. I tried my best. I did the best I could. The problem that I was facing was that particular spray paint that I was using, which was, I think I showed you earlier, VHT wheel paint, polyurethane. The reason I picked this stuff was because I wanted this color, dark gunmetal gray metallic. I mean, I had something in my mind. That was the only thing I could find that fit the bill. I prefer Rust-Oleum, but they didn't have anything like I wanted, so this is what I had. And this, as you can see, is all the paint and clear and everything all laid out. About $350 worth of paint. Now, the problem is when you're spraying with spray paint, a couple of things. One, oh my god, freaking wind. I don't know if I mentioned this or not before, but if you have one of these Costco carports or even one of the cheap knockoffs, do not unzip them. I left this unzipped for a little while, and this stuff shrinks, and you cannot get it zipped again. In fact, the zipper snapped apart, broke. Don't do that, because this is a problem I'm dealing with right now, is wind. But anyway, excuse me. I think I have the Rona. One, you want a paint with a nice fan to the nozzle. That VHT does not have it. In fact, it had the tiniest little, like, pinky-sized pinpoint spray that you could get. That was really hard to control. The other thing that I had to deal with was the fact that it's a metallic and it's dark. Dark paint is really hard to make look good. Metallic paint is very hard to make look good. It's both of those things. So I got all the hardest things rolled into one. I gave up. It's like I should have just taken it to Mako. I think if I had just like prepped it and primed it and taken it in, it would have cost me a little bit less than what they had quoted me, the $1,000 they quoted me. My original goal here was to equal their quality without, I thought, Mako's not great. I could probably equal their quality and do it at a fraction of the price. So I did it at a fraction of the price, but I don't think it's as good as a job. But this is, I think, 4 coats of the paint. I had to actually run back into town and grab what they had left on the store shelf. And this is 3 solid coats or 6 cans of the very expensive 2K clear. I'm waiting for it to dry for about an hour before I pull off at least the wheels and I pull her out into the light and get a better look. Now, granted, some of this will be hidden. I do have some vinyl racing stripes coming on here, so you can see, as you can see I don't know if you can see that, I don't think you can. You can still see the outline from the previous stripes where they were painted on there. I left those because I'm going to be covering that up with some black racing stripes. That'll hide some of this. And then you've got a chrome trim and everything. It won't look as bad. Plus, she needs a cut and buff. In a couple days, we'll do a complete wet sand and buff of this. That'll remove some of the stripes that you're getting from the clear. Because you're getting 2 sets of stripes. You get the stripes from the paint, and then you're getting a second set of stripes from the clear. Now, I can remove those stripes from the clear with a cut and buff, which we will do that. I don't know how bad it's going to look in the daylight. I mean, I'm hoping it's just passable. I don't want this thing to look super ghetto. But we'll find out. I'll cut back on in about an hour or so when I pull her out into the light, and we'll get a better look at her. And this is it in the daylight. Super disappointed. My wife thinks it doesn't look too bad. Kind of almost has a rat rod look, which is okay. I wouldn't, if this was $100 I'd put into it, it wouldn't be too bad. But 300 or so, it kind of sucks. But I think once the stripes go on, and cut the buff and everything, it won't look terrible. Anyway, that'll do it for today. We'll see how she looks when she's all done. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know, all that good stuff. Thanks for following along, and I'll catch you on the next one.